Hey, I'm Sam and I do design. Today I'm going to show you how to improve your Instagram stories on your phone. I always edit my videos and photos before I upload them to my Instagram story. I think there is so much more detail that you can get from a photo just by adding a few little tweaks. So I'm going to go through all of my edits that I normally go through before I upload my Instagram stories, and I'll show you just how quick and easy it is to get some really great results. Okay, so we've got this photo in Lightroom on the iPhone, and you can see here that it's Piccadilly Circus that I took just as I was walking through. I didn't really stop to sort of compose the shot and things like that, which is pretty bad, but I needed to get somewhere pretty quick. I needed to meet some friends, and I just wanted to take that shot because I thought that the sunset was quite nice behind Piccadilly Circus. So I'm going to go through first, and I'm going to crop and compose the photo within the phone itself. The first thing that we're going to go to is the geometry tab, and over here you can see that we can change some stuff. So really start to warp the photo. And what I want to do with this section is to make all of the building angles on the vertical side parallel to each other. So to do that, I'm going to come to the vertical panel, and you can see if I swipe it left or right, I'm going to move it about. And there's also this box here called Constrain Crop. And what that's going to do is, whatever you do, it's going to crop in so you don't get grey bars around the side. So you can sort of see here, we've got some grey bars down the bottom because we've distorted it. If you tick that box there, it's not going to let that happen. So I'm going to bring this up, and we're looking for the vertical size of the buildings. It's going to be about there. So with that done, we've got our vertical buildings here. And I'm then going to go to the crop panel and change it to 9:16 because I know that Instagram stories have a 9:16 aspect ratio. So with that done, that's great. The photo is already looking a lot better. We've got the before, and we've got the after. Next, we're going to go over to the light panel, and this is where a lot of the magic happens in Lightroom. There's so much more detail in the iPhone camera that just doesn't show up because of the software, but when you start to pick it up with the Lightroom app, then you can really start to get some great results. So I tend to have a standard pattern that I like to do in this section, and I think that really brings the iPhone photo to life. So I'm going to go through and do that now, and then we can sort of adjust things afterwards. So this is the sort of pattern that I do. And you can see here it's sort of like steps. So we've got steps of 3 at the top here. So exposure, sure, that's fine. Contrast, and then highlights I'm going to bring down. Shadows I'm going to bring up, and that's going to bring all of the detail in the shadows area up as well. And then blacks just to compensate for the shadows, but I'm going to pull down a little bit as well. So there we go. So at this step now, what we've got is a before here and after here. Because we've upped the shadows, what that's going to do is also up all the noise as well. So in photography, when you photograph things that are quite dark, you tend to get a lot of noise in there. So if I zoom in, maybe on this person's head, you can see here that there's some noise issues. So what we're going to do is go into the details panel, sharpen that up just a little bit, and then bring in some noise reduction here, and then some color noise reduction as well. What that's going to do is hopefully take out the noise issues that we've got by raising up the shadows, and it should just smooth everything out quite nicely. So you can see that there, and that's looking pretty good. And then finally, over in the color panel, we're going to really pump up the contrast. So vibrance down here, I'm going to really pump up. Saturation a little bit. There's quite a subtle difference between saturation and vibrance, and you always want to be going for the vibrant option if that's possible. No matter what app you're using to edit your photos, vibrance is going to give it a more natural look, whereas saturation takes everything and just pumps it all up to the max. Whereas vibrance is a little bit more smart in the way that it does it, so it only really affects the heavy colors anyway. And then because it's a sunset, and I think the iPhone tends to take photos that are more on the green side of things, I'm going to add in just a little bit of purple here, and then maybe some blue, some yellow. Yeah, I think some yellow is quite nice in there. Yeah, and now it's all about fine tweaking, but really pumping up those colors. And I'm going to just adjust the crop slightly as well, so we get less people. More buildings. So we've gone from a photo that wasn't composed properly, it was slightly too dark and the angles weren't quite right, to something that's bright, vibrant, composed nicely within a matter of minutes. So we've got here, we've got a before and we've got an after, and I think the difference is amazing. So I would just go in here, press save to camera roll maximum, and then that's ready for Instagram stories, where I would tag Piccadilly Circus, say what I'm doing for the day, and hopefully get some nice comments from friends and people that have thought it's a nice photo. You just need to remember 3 things when taking photographs: subject matter, lighting, and composition. If you get all of those 3, then you're on for a great photo. Remember, there's so much detail in your phone camera that you can bring out by upping the shadows just a little bit, but always remember to compensate with the black level on top of that as well. And no matter which photo editing software you can use, the same theories apply across the board. So thanks guys, this was just a little quick video to tell you how I do things on Instagram. If you like this new style of video, then do let me know down in the comments below, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.